and with 4 days left, it looks highly unlikely that the Manchester United team, who can't even sign Amrabat and have taken such a long time trying to get players out, will go out there and get a new centre back. It looks very unlikely. They just cannot move fast enough. But who knows, this is what the transfer window drama is all about. If an offer does come in for Harry Maguire that is too good to refuse by Manchester United, you have to believe that Manchester United will end up selling Harry Maguire and going out there and finding a replacement. Welcome back to the Man Utd stream. Hope you're doing well out there. We are talking transfers and more transfer today. Everything is about the transfer window and what's going on around Manchester United. In today's transfer show, we'll be talking about the surprise bid Manchester United could be making for Spurs Højbjerg. Yes, I'm not making this up. I am really serious. Manchester United are considering making a bid for Spurs midfielder Højbjerg. Apparently, Manchester United are looking to approach Spurs for this player, who cannot even break into the Spurs team. Wow, this is news I was not expecting in the last couple of days of the transfer window. This is far from what we were all expecting as Man United fans, to hear that United would be linked to Højbjerg from Tottenham when we've been linked to Amrabat all through the summer transfer window. We've got Gravenberch available, sitting there waiting to come. We've got other moves to make, and we're looking at Højbjerg. This cannot be true. I mean, I hope it's not true, because this is not what you want from United. You do not want them to be going after players like this in the last few days of the transfer window. You want them to be making big moves, and you want them to be making them fast. We'll also be discussing in today's show what that actually means for Amrabat. If Manchester United are looking at Højbjerg and trying to sign him from Spurs, what does that mean for Amrabat? Are we going to still go for him? Are we not going to go for him? It throws everything up into down. Manchester United also look like they've signed a new goalkeeper. Who is he? Where is he? What's going on? We'll tell you all about that in the show. We also got news that McTominay might have already agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich. This could mean a lot for the whole Gravenberch swap deal, so let's wait and see what that is all about. We will discuss this in the show today. We'll also discuss Harry Maguire and whether he's leaving or whether he's staying. Have the tables turned? Now, is it Manchester United that does not want to let him go? We're hearing that Harry Maguire actually wants to leave to join West Ham, but Man United are now the ones not allowing him to move. We'll be discussing all this and more in today's transfer show. We've got 4 days and counting before the transfer window officially closes on Friday, 1st of September at 11 PM, and that will be the case across the major leagues in Europe. Everything will close down on the 1st of September at 11 PM. Before anything else, please go ahead and hit that like button on this video, because it gets pushed out to a lot more fans. If this is the first time you're watching the channel, please subscribe to the channel so you can become part of our community and fan base, and you can discuss everything to do with Manchester United and more, hear opinions and latest news on Manchester United. So let's begin the show with a bit of positivity. Manchester United have signed a new goalkeeper, we're hearing. We put up a photograph yesterday of Dean Henderson having breakfast at a Chelsea hotel prior to his move to Crystal Palace. It looks like that's going to happen, and this is why Manchester United have gone and signed a new goalkeeper in replacement of Dean Henderson. Yesterday afternoon, we got breaking news from the one and only transfer guru Fabrizio Romano, with a message from Fred, the former Manchester United midfielder who has joined Fenerbahce in Turkey, saying that he spoke with Altay Bendir and told him he's joining a big club and he will enjoy it there. Of course, he was talking about Manchester United, and we have been reporting on this transfer for over a week now. We confirmed before the weekend that Bendir was in Manchester undergoing medicals, and we suspect has been placed on hold until Dean Henderson gets his move finalised at Crystal Palace. We believe that once Dean Henderson completes his move to Crystal Palace, Manchester United will come out and announce the new signing of the goalkeeper Altay Bendir to the rest of the world. Bendir played for Fenerbahce in Turkey and is a young keeper with a bright future ahead of him. Bendir is 6'6" tall, which gives him great reach. He's a very good shot stopper and has great reflexes for a keeper that tall. He's also very good at making saves with his feet, very similar to what we had with De Gea. And that is the biggest question. Why have Manchester United gone out there and signed a player that's very similar to De Gea? Why didn't they just keep De Gea? But we all know that De Gea was on a huge salary, and Bendir would be probably on a fraction of that salary, and brought in a keeper who's fairly similar to De Gea in his abilities. What is surprising, or maybe not given his price tag, is that Bindia is not very good with the ball at his feet. His passing ability will need to improve. He's nowhere near close to what Onana can do with the ball and how he passes. But saying that, there's probably very few goalkeepers in this world right now who are as good as Onana on the ball and passing abilities. Further news has also come out about Sofyan Amrabat, the Fiorentina midfield that has been linked to Manchester United throughout the whole summer transfer window, and there's been rumours and reports saying that he'd already agreed personal terms and was just ready to join Manchester United, and has been waiting all through the summer transfer window for United to make the official bid and get the deal done. However, we're hearing that Manchester United are yet to make an official approach and offer for Sofyan Amrabat and are waiting to sell Donny van de Beek. It looks like that this will be going right down to the wire if it happens. It will be going right down to the last few days of the transfer window, if not the last few hours. More reports and information has also come out about Ryan Gravenberch, the Bayern Munich midfield player that has been linked to Manchester United and was yesterday linked with a swap deal with McTominay. However, we are hearing that Liverpool are also interested in signing Ryan Gravenberch. This really does complicate matters. We're aware that Bayern Munich, before they let Gravenberch go, want to replace him with a like-for-like CDM player, and that is why McTominay moving the other way makes sense. Thomas Tuchel does like the idea of McTominay joining Bayern Munich on a swap deal for Gravenberch. However, this is not an easy deal to do, and it's going to take a lot of time and effort for both parties to sit down and discuss everything before the swap deal takes place, even discussing the prices and the valuations of the players and seeing whether there's any exchange of money going on between the swap deal. If there is any money exchange, that is where the complications will occur, and this is why Liverpool coming in with a straight buyout for Gravenberch could cause huge problems for Manchester United. Liverpool could come in and just simply offer a price to Bayern Munich without any swap deals, and Bayern Munich more than likely would take that over a swap deal because it would be a cleaner move. However, if Thomas Tuchel really needs to get a CDM in place, that would put Manchester United in the driving seat with McTominay available to go over to Bayern Munich. There's also further news on Harry Maguire. Yes, Harry Maguire leaving Manchester United. We were all hopeful that he will end up leaving Manchester United, but in yesterday's show we did discuss the whole problem Manchester United are facing with injuries and how Ten Hag and Manchester United could decide to keep Harry Maguire even if he wants to now leave for West Ham, and that seems to be the case. We've started hearing more and more reports since yesterday and in the evening that Harry Maguire wants to leave for West Ham on a loan deal. However, Manchester United are not keen on this and are not going to let this happen. They will keep Harry Maguire at the club at least till January so they can get some more players in if they need to in that centre-back position. But right now, Manchester United are so busy finding players in the left-back position, trying to find a midfield player and even a striker, that they haven't got time to go and start negotiating for a new centre-back. And with 4 days left, it looks highly unlikely that the Manchester United team, who can't even sign Amrabat and have taken such a long time trying to get players out, will go out there and get a new centre-back. It looks very unlikely. They just cannot move fast enough. But who knows, this is what the transfer window drama is all about. If an offer does come in for Harry Maguire that is too good to refuse by Manchester United, you have to believe that Manchester United will end up selling Harry Maguire and going out there and finding a replacement. We all know that Manchester United actually have been in touch with Todibo, the centre-back, playing for Nice currently, and have agreed broad personal terms with him, and there is something there. And if they did need to move last minute, could they do that? You hope that they could. You hope that if Harry Maguire was to be sold, they could go out there and get Todibo very quickly and get the deal done. We heard yesterday from Fabrizio Romano that Manchester United had been given the green light to go ahead and sign either Marc Cucurella from Chelsea or Marcos Alonso from Barcelona. Both clubs were interested in sending out these players on loan or selling them completely, so Manchester United have been given all the information they need to go ahead and make a choice. So now the ball apparently is in Manchester United's court. They have to decide which player they want to take as a left back replacement for Luke Shaw. below. Now we want to know who you'd go for from these two left backs. Please drop your comments below. Let us know which one of these two do you prefer. Do you prefer Alonso or do you prefer Cucurella? We personally have opted for Cucurella, but this is Manchester United. You do not know what they might do. They might drop both of these choices and go and sign someone completely left field and completely off the radar. And this is what the problem is for Manchester United. And this is it. We do not know what Manchester United will end up doing, but they haven't got much time. They've literally got days to decide which player they need to go for and why. I believe that is going to be Cucurella, but the news yesterday that came out about Højbjerg really threw everybody off. I mean, where did that come from? That is completely left field. A player like Højbjerg was on nobody's radar apart from maybe Ten Hag's, who has again worked with Højbjerg previously at Bayern Munich in his time as a manager there. Now this is becoming a bit of a joke. Ten Hag is essentially signing everybody that he's worked with previously. If you look at most of the signings that Ten Hag has made, they've all been previous players that he's worked with, or he knows them through his league. Maybe Ten Hag is doing this because he knows he can trust these players and he can get the best out of them. Who knows? But what do you think? Drop your comments below on what you think about the whole Ten Hag situation and him signing players that he already knows or has worked with previously. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let us know in the comments below what you think about the whole thing. And what do you think about Højbjerg being linked to Manchester United? Do you think this could be a good signing, or do you think it's a complete left field signing and we shouldn't be looking at these players? The worrying thing for me as a Manchester United fan is looking at Manchester United and what they're going after. The players that they're going after are not what you'd consider Man United material. As a Manchester United fan, you're always hoping that Manchester United go after bigger names, bigger players and bigger personalities, players that other teams want, not rejects from other teams like Chelsea, like Tottenham. You do not want to be getting players from them. It tells you a lot about the team and where it is. Or maybe this is where Ten Hag excels. He can take these players and turn them into better players at Manchester United. But one thing is for sure, if Ten Hag is bringing these players in, he's putting a lot of pressure on himself as the manager, taking the risks on these players, because everyone will come out and start blaming Ten Hag if it doesn't work for some reason. If these players do not do well at Manchester United and Manchester United are not getting the results that are needed, all the pressure will come on Ten Hag multiplied 100 times. We've got 4 days left before the transfer window closes. As Man United fans, I know what everyone's saying. We'd rather go and get Gravenberch and Amrabat. We'd be happy with that. And then if possibly, if we need to, we can go and get Cucurella. Them 3 signings, if we can get before the transfer window closes, would be fantastic. I think most Man United fans would be very, very pleased with them 3 signings coming into Manchester United before the transfer window closes. That would be ideal. But we have seen throughout this summer transfer window that Manchester United are really slow at getting deals done. So really, really hope that they pull their finger out and get these deals done as quick as possible before the transfer window closes. Please go ahead and hit the like button on the video, and if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the breaking transfer news from Manchester United. You are watching the Man United Streamer channel by the fans for the fans. Goodbye.